everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable, the podcast where we answer your veterinary-related questions while having some fun along the way. If you enjoyed today's episode or a previous episode, be sure to leave us a review on your podcast provider of choice. And if you have any feedback to offer to improve the Veterinary Roundtable, make sure you let us know. Okay, we're at 444.
Wow.
Is that kind of a
Is
weird
anybody's
number,
lucky
everybody?
number 4?
Isn't that an angel number or something? I don't know.
Probably.
Oh,
I don't know
okay,
what
we
that
can say
means.
it's that.
I don't know.
That's pretty amazing.
I-
Okay, go ahead, Duckwall.
Oh no, this is Courtney's stuff.
Our goal's 500, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway. Don't forget to buy tickets to our live show. We're having a live show at WVC in Nashville in August. It's on Sunday, August 16th. Tickets are $5.99 and you get a good time and free drinks and free food. We have signature cocktails. They will be themed. So get excited for that. And it's just a good time. We have Sarah Parsons and Walter Brown and Adam Christman. And Allie and I will not be there, but we'll be there in spirit. So it'll be a fun time.
And are we announcing what the drinks are yet, or are they like a surprise?
I don't think so. I think
one of
it's a
them.
surprise.
It's a surprise. We're not talking about them
Or
yet. Okay,
if we do
got it.
announce
You have
it,
to get your tickets to see the signature drink.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure. Okay, yeah, mum's the word then. Okay.
Yep.
plus we only have one
Okay.
decided on, right?
Yeah. We have to come up with the second one.
We have a firm first one.
Yeah. I'm excited for that
Oh my
one.
God. There's a little
I am
song
too.
called
I think it's so clever. It's so
cute.
clever.
And it's gonna taste good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be a great time. I mean, there's going to be so many giveaways, and everything like that. And so make sure you get your tickets because 1, they're cheap, and 2, they're going like hotcakes right now. So there's that. I think we're halfway to our goal. So just get them while you can.
Okay.
You're in
there we
the
have it.
camera.
There's
There's
Jacob.
my husband, everybody.
Say Jacob. Hi, Jacob. Woo, we love Jacob.
Number one fan.
God.
Okay. Anyway, we have social media. We have Instagram and TikTok. They're both at the Veterinary Roundtable. All of our fun videos for the live show are on there, which are really fun to watch. So go check it out. And we also have a YouTube channel where our video podcasts are published, so you can watch instead of listen. If you want to see us right now, because we're remote, it's really fun. We're all in
This is
location.
This is something we never do really go remote like this.
No.
And it was just going to be easier to do it because of schedules or whatever, but it is very weird.
Yeah.
I get how people do it and they get used to it, but when you're used to being next to people, and just like leaning over and looking at somebody or what, it just seems really weird.
Well,
the vibe is not the
there's that.
same. Like, we have good vibes, but it's definitely different.
and Allie, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a perfect example. She had technical difficulties, and that's the only reason why she's not here. So
Yeah.
Yep.
there's technology.
So definitely. Absolutely.
Okay, well, we have
Okay.
a follow-up little section here. It's from Candace Little. She was the surprise listener guest on the pod who made her boyfriend wait outside.
That's right.
Yeah. Were
the
you there? I
pouring
think you were
rain.
on maternity leave.
I think she was on maternity leave. Yes.
Yeah, so she
And
came to like meet us to say hi because she was in the area because she was graduating from Purdue, but she
Yes.
lives in a different state. And so she was passing through, wanted to come say hi to us. And then last minute we said, hey, do you want to be on the podcast? And she said, sure. And then come to find out, her boyfriend sat in our parking lot the whole time in the pouring rain in the car waiting for her because he didn't want to come up.
Yes.
She's
So
taking
that's
risks.
awesome.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah,
but she was
why
great.
I guess I had no idea. Okay, so that makes sense. I do remember you telling me about that. So she wrote in and said, I just wanted to let everyone know that I passed my VT&E. It took a couple of attempts, but I'm officially a CVT. Thank you so much for helping me through some dark times. Candace Little, CVT. And then she quotes Dr. King herself, the act of perfection is the enemy of progress. Woo!
There you go.
Wow. Good job, Candace.
That is amazing. And do you remember, because we were doing our drinks that we brought in?
Oh,
Courtney,
she was on the
you
drink
remember that?
episode.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's right. Your drink was absolutely foul. You need to remake it and explain it and do it for Duckwall because it was a whole experience.
Duckwall, you would have appreciated. I can't remember what it was now,
I
but
don't know if she's using the word foul. I don't really want to even.
It literally tasted like garbage.
No,
and there was hair. No, okay, so get this.
no.
We bought the glasses at Goodwill right before the episode, did not wash them, so all of us had floaties in our cups. We had a hair from Goodwill, Alice had a lemon sticker in her drink.
It was pretty epic.
No, it was a great experience, but like 0 out of 10 for the actual taste of the drink. But the experience was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I've let me go back and listen to it. It's okay.
Yeah, you gotta go back and watch it.
Funny.
It's very funny.
Oh Lord. Okay. All right. On to Pits and Peaks. Is that what we're on to next?
Well, who are we?
Yeah,
okay,
somebody's
yes.
new here.
I'm Dr. Emily King.
I'm Courtney Allen.
I'm Dr. Ashlyn Duckwall.
And you were listening to the Veterinary Roundtable.
Welcome to this cluster.
Yes, because you know what? I'm laughing to myself because we're so committed that we're doing this remotely because we have never missed a week's episode.
It's true. You know who has?
And however many years.
You know who has missed? Harrison.
Harrison.
Where is he?
Oh, he's being called out.
He's in the house.
No,
he's in the basement.
He's in the basement. That's right. Exactly.
Dedicated.
So if you want a job, we're taking new production managers. I'm just kidding.
Gosh.
I kid.
Yeah, that's who we are. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Okay, so Pits and Peaks. Who's going first? Okay, I'll go first. All right. Okay, my pit and my peak is kind of my same thing. Is the same thing because it was a pit until I made it into a peak.
Okay.
So my pit is that I got here with Calvin to Watts Bar last week to get ready for Harrison's friend group that was coming up. And so we were getting the boat ready and we took the boat out and it gave me the air message, like, you need to put more antifreeze coolant in it. And it's something I do every year. And I was like, all right, well, I already put some in like like Memorial Day weekend. I was like, that's kind of strange. I ignored that and just put some in and then,
good.
And then we went out. And I was like, the next day it asked me for more coolant. And I was like, well, that's not right. And so I picked up the engine, like the opening, and I looked down in there and there's antifreeze coolant everywhere in the bilge pump. Like it had been leaking out of the reservoir. Not good at all. So I was like, well, crap. What are we going to do? Like all of Harrison's friends are coming up here. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait till Richie gets here. He came up like a day after us or two. And so we looked at it and he was like, yeah, we could see where it was cracked. The reservoir pump was cracked or the reservoir was cracked. And so I was like, you know what? We called to see if we could get a boat mechanic. Nobody will come out.
Oh.
And so we were going to have to take the boat in and it was going to be until after July 4th that they could service it.
Oh.
And I was like, oh no, we're not doing this. This is a reservoir tank. Like, surely we can do this. So at first I just put flex steel tape on it.
Is that like duct tape?
It's like, like waterproof tape or whatever.
Gorilla?
It didn't work because it's under pressure. The reservoir heats up because the coolant's running through the engine, to cool it down. Okay, anyway, it kept leaking at a less of a rate, but still leaking. So then Richie ordered the reservoir tank from Nautique and got it. And we put it in, baby. So now we are boat mechanics.
Well done.
So did you put it in correctly?
Well, it's not leaking. So we took it out. We just tested it today. We finished it today and took it out and it's working like a charm.
What's the worst that could happen? You just get stranded on the lake?
Yeah, overheats or whatever.
Or the boat and blows up.
Yeah, it doesn't blow up, but I could mess up the engine. That's a possibility.
Oh, and that would be expensive.
That would be very expensive.
Could blow up.
But it will not blow up.
Lake,
it wasn't.
They could just jump in the water.
Jump in the water.
Yeah.
So anyway, we fixed it, and we were so ecstatic. So that's my peak.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Well done, Richie and Emily.
There we go. Yep. So if you need something, just give us a holler.
Okay. We'll think about it.
Okay. Okay.
Um, hmm. I don't know. I'm kind of uh I feel like my pit is that I'm still recovering from, I don't know, the last week at work. We've been so busy. It's busy season. I would say
Mhm.
Monday, but like it was also Friday that was crazy and like
Yeah.
last, so we're just in the thick of it and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we're helping a lot of people and we're there to work, so I'd rather work than do nothing, but
Sure.
the days off though, I'm like feeling it. I have to figure out a better way to recover because I'm just tired. And then you go sit
Well,
Mhm.
and then
at home.
you're doing stuff at your
Yeah.
house too. Then
Yep.
it's not like you can put that stuff on hold. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, you really can't. So yeah, it's just go, 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 go all the time.
Yeah,
Um,
you're always working.
always working. And my peak
Yeah.
is that, well, it was a peak a couple of weeks ago, but I went to Florida with my besties, had a great time, got to reconnect, even though it was like basically a 2.5 day weekend, but that's all we need. And it rejuvenated me until I hit work. And then it was,
Nah. Yes.
And now you
Yes.
need to do it again.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Okay. The peak is that I had my baby shower this past weekend, which was really fun. So I pretty much have everything done for him, which is nice. Because, well, I mean, I feel like I have stuff done, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not ready to have a baby yet, but I don't think I'll ever be ready. But the baby shower was fun. And then my pit is, I think this is my pit like every other week. I'm just really uncomfortable. Like work is
Yeah.
getting really hard. I sometimes feel useless at work, which I know I shouldn't feel useless because I'm growing a human, but it just sucks.
Well, your job's so
Yeah.
physical and you're literally are physically limited now at this point. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's just
So just
hard.
not being able to do my job fully is just a little bit of a damper, but it's temporary. It'll be okay.
Yep.
But I still show up
That's
halfway.
right.
That a girl. That a
You're
girl. Way
showing
to
up.
go.
You're still there.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Nice.
There's still a lot of things that you do or that are,
Mhm.
of such value
Yeah.
Yeah.
being present. Like, yeah, sure, it's hard to do the manual aspects like
Me-
lifting dogs and restraining dogs and like all that kind of crap.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
there's so much value that you add in other ways.
I mean, just the
So
other
And
day,
especially
true.
like communication with the clients and stuff.
yeah, I was gonna say just
Yeah.
the other day I looked at you, I was like, "Can you just call him?" You're like, "Okay."
Yes.
And you did. It
Well,
was
you're
great.
right. So I guess the
Yeah.
only part I can't do is the whole part, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
other than that, I'm
Yeah.
still there,
So
still doing something.
don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth it. And you'll get your bod back soon enough.
Yep.
Ish.
Kind of.
Oh gosh. Okay.
News.
This is a good episode. I'm excited for this podcast because it's one of our favorite kinds, which is questions.
I know.
Yeah. Mailbag.
Mailbag, one of my favorite things because we get to talk about things that are of interest that we know, I guess, are of interest to people. But before we get into that, we're gonna do the two news stories, right?
Wee wee.
Crazy. Both crazy.
Yeah.
Which one do you guys want to do first?
I don't know. They're both kind of weird. Do the rabies one. Let's do the rabies one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, Courtney, you found this
Okay.
article,
So
right?
yes. So this article is from Fox 5 in Atlanta, Georgia. So just a brief overview of what it is. So a Dallas couple is currently facing painful medical treatments after a dog they adopted from a Polk County rescue unexpectedly tested positive for rabies. So the dog had been previously at the shelter, I guess, and it had received 2 standard rabies vaccinations. And the dog was super, super sweet with the owners. The article states that it was cuddly in bed with them up until it wasn't, and it just randomly bit the owner. And so it was taken back to the shelter. The owners got their reimbursement of the adoption fee, and it was humanely euthanized due to aggression, and it tested positive for rabies. But then there's a twist. Apparently, it says additional testing on the animal was negative for rabies.
No,
so none of us really know what that means. Because that's all it says. So
Yeah, I mean, and those people had to go through all of it.
Yeah, the
All the
owners, they're still
yeah.
going through treatment, and which does not sound fun at all.
Which I thought treatment was just the vaccines, boostering the vaccine, right?
Maybe the bite got infected?
Yeah, or if you don't have a titer, then treatment is, different.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, it says the most painful day was yesterday, getting the injections into the bite wounds. So I guess, I don't know. I've always understood like prophylactically you get another rabies vaccine, but I guess that's true. If they've never had to have a rabies vaccine, like we had to get it through school. So we
Right.
Mhm.
some sort of exposure, and those vaccines sucked. I mean, they kind of hurt, but I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I pulled it up thanks to chat. All right, here's what happens. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
If the person has never been vaccinated against rabies, which we're assuming because these people probably don't work at a risk, obviously, since this is their treatment regimen, they get the rabies immune globulin once as soon as possible after exposure, and as much as possible is infiltrated around the bite wound. And then
Oh,
the remainder is given intramuscularly, hence his comments about getting it in his butt.
Ouch.
Then the vaccine is given on day 0, 3, 7, and 14.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
pokes.
That's a lot of pokes.
I mean,
If you have
that's around a
previously been vaccinated, then you don't receive the immune globulin, and you just receive 2 vaccine doses per your point, Duckwall, at day 0 and 3.
But I mean, how much of the general public is vaccinated for rabies, like human-wise? It's probably a very small percentage.
yeah.
Yeah, I would think a very small percentage. But I
Yeah.
think the thing that is bothering me is that the whole thing about, like, you know, the Georgia Department of Public Health confirmed that it was initially suspected of having rabies, but it didn't have the disease.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the F?
I don't understand that.
Like,
How you mess up a
how do
rabies.
you yeah. Like, and those people had to go through all that treatment.
Yes, it said the dog's remains were sent to Georgia Public Health Lab, which confirmed the animal had rabies. And then it had 2 rabies vaccines before, but then now it's saying it's negative. So I don't know if
So weird.
like a good lab or a right lab for that. I don't know.
Maybe
False
just like
positive
thinking like, yeah, did they do a PCR and then they did the actual histopath chemistry, what
on the
they
tissue.
do?
Mhm.
And they were like, "Oh, just kidding," but they saw the PCR and freaked out and then said, like, "Get them treated," because obviously people were
Yeah.
bit. That's
Right.
or
I'm sure, yeah.
I
It's just
don't
so
know.
weird that, like, the article, like, the update doesn't say anything,
Mm-mm.
like, an explanation. It
How
just says,
when was this
nah, never
updated?
mind, it didn't have rabies."
Right.
Like, how did that happen? Like, that's what I would wanna, like, as I'm reading the article, I'm like, "What do you mean? Wait, back the bus up. What happened?"
Oh, yeah, it was updated yesterday, so
That's because originally the article came out. It said the dog had tested positive for rabies. This is a newer article saying the dog doesn't have rabies.
Right.
A little sketchy. I don't know.
It's just strange, very strange.
very,
Okay.
very
don't know.
strange. Well, the next one's gross and strange as well. So we talked a little bit about screwworm and how it was in Mexico and we were trying to protect the border and like send out all these sterile flies, yada yada yada. Well,
Mhm.
unfortunately, there is a confirmed case of a dog in Texas. Wait,
Mhm.
confirmed in Texas livestock, New Mexico dog.
Mhm.
So now we have a halt on basically importing animal imports as Canada. Wait, Mexico halts most U.S. animal imports as Canada and some states implement their own restrictions. So I do know, like, I think if we're doing a health certificate, we can't do them now to Mexico with everything going on, is what Dudley had talked to us about recently.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, so this article basically goes through how this dog it's disgusting. There's a picture of it. Well,
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the article's from AVMA.
Yes, sorry, thank you. The article is from
Yeah.
AVMA.
Mhm.
I just saw the picture. I didn't scroll that far down.
It's
It's
really
so
bad.
bad.
It's really bad. So these screwworms will get into a wound. It doesn't have to be very big, but then they populate in the tissue and it gets it's so gross. It's so gross.
And the problem with it is they feed on live tissue.
Mhm.
It does
Yeah.
not have to be dead tissue.
Right.
So,
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
like
have to
bugs,
be a big wound either.
right,
but they
right.
make it a big
And
wound.
yeah, they turn it into a big problem. That's for sure.
Well,
Mm.
It's just
there are treatments authorized for cats, dogs, cattle, horses, sheep, goats, deer, and wild and pet birds, as well as captive, wild, exotic, and zoo mammals. So, yeah, we have over the last 8 months, the FDA issued 3 conditional approvals and 9 emergency use authorizations for animal drugs for the prevention and treatment of the screwworm for the
yeah.
That's
different
good.
species.
If they're moving fast on it.
And they're releasing all those sterile
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
male flies or whatever, which is crazy. So
I
the
think that's so
missions
cool.
when I was when I was reading about it, they talked about the missions will disperse 2 million sterile screwworms twice a week to disrupt the pet's life
I
cycle.
would
Isn't
not
that
want that job.
crazy? And I would not want to live down there.
No, no. Oh.
Shipping, and then in addition to the aerial releases, the USDA is shipping another 4 million sterile flies per week to Texas.
Oh my God. As we're saying this, there's a fly in my room. Next time it lands, I'm going to try to kill it with my hand.
Okay, but how cool would it be to be like an entomologist or an epidemiologist and like figuring out all this crap? I think it would
I
be
don't
really
like
cool.
bugs.
I don't either.
You don't think you would like doing it, figuring out how to eradicate the disease
Sterilize a
again?
fly.
Absolutely not. I'd
How do
just
you
be pissed.
sterilize a fly?
You go into its
Did
little
you?
testicles and pull out the sperm.
No, Duckball, do you remember doing all of the
Oh
fruit
my
fly
God.
experiments that we had to do? Did you have to do that?
Yeah, I mean, that was in undergrad, though. That wasn't in vet
Right,
school.
right.
So
Yeah, in undergrad, yeah.
that was a long time.
Where you had to you had to breed the flies together and stuff?
I don't know if I
You
I
have to
don't know if
breed
I
flies?
Yeah, you had to,
How
and
do
then you
you
had to
breed a
analyze them.
fly?
It was in a genetics lab. I don't know.
we
It
did
was just like it was
I know what you're talking about because I remember the genetics, like, class and labs and stuff, but I don't
yeah.
think we actually bred our flies.
Oh my gosh, it was really cool, but it was
Hmm.
neat. Flies, no good.
No thanks.
Gross.
So, yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, well,
Oh, goodness.
super positive. There you go.
Yes. You live in that area. I would love to know, like, if it's anything that you're having to deal with on a regular basis, or are you talking to your clients about it, or your own animals and stuff like that? I think that'd
Mhm.
be cool to know
I'd
people
be
in that
scared to let my
area.
dog outside.
Mm.
Well, although if some of the common isoxazolines were emergency use approved for the screwworm, right? Duckwall? Wasn't Credelia one of them? Like if your dog was on it,
Well, hang on, it listed it. Let's see.
in theory, I think that you would be fine.
Hang on, they did have a link for the emergency use authorization, so let's see what it says. Uh, drug options. Oh gosh, hang on. It's a small little PDF thing. One moment. Enlarge. Okay, conditionally approved. I'm like really close to. Okay, we don't care. Okay, Credelio Quattro, which
Mhm.
is lotilaner. How do you say that? Moxidectin, praziquantel, parental. There you go.
Mhm.
Emergency
Good to know.
use. Oh, wait, that's conditionally approved. Emergency use authorization is NexGard,
Mhm.
NexGard combo, Credelio, Credelio for the cat, and then it lists the large animals.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So yet another reason to have your animal on parasite prevention.
There it is.
There you
Folks.
go.
Yep. True story.
Fascinating. Bugs are gross.
They
Ugly
are.
cigarettes.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Also,
so annoying.
honestly, like infectious diseases, viruses, everything. It's just all we can't
It's
control it.
crazy.
Can't do anything. Well, we can kind of. We can get vaccinated and take prevention, I
Oh my
guess.
god. Duckle, you know that big spider I scared you with the other week?
Yes, it was
There
huge.
was another one, the same exact kind, in treatment on Tuesday morning.
Where are they
So the
coming
clinic
from?
is being taken over by wolf spiders or whatever they are. They're like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, it was big spider.
I believe.
Wait, so if you get bit by one of those, isn't that bad?
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know the species of spiders,
I
so
think
I would not
wolf
be able
is
to tell.
bad. I think I'm not looking it
Yeah.
up. So I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
I just hope they're not leaving their babies anywhere in the clinic. They're supposed to carry them. And both of the
Oh,
spiders have not had
that's
babies on them.
It's probably the same one because Denise let it free. Denise just puts them outside and they come back in.
they're outside
Yes.
laughing at
Yes.
us. Those humans are so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to come right back inside.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Anyway. Okay. On to the listener inquiries of our
Yes.
mailbag episode. So just a quick little blurb. Not only can you text and email us your listener inquiries, you can now send us a voice memo through the same. So if you click the link at the top of the show notes, you can send us a text, comment, question, concern, or voicemail, and we play it on the podcast. So you can hear yourself on the podcast. Really fun.
Yeah.
We haven't done one in a while, so we need one.
That's right.
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, mailbag. This reminds me of.
Mailbag.
Do you guys remember
mailbag.
Blue's Clues? And he would be
Oh, yes.
mail time. That's what I want to do. Mailbag.
Okay, well,
Okay.
who wants to read the first one?
Cordy.
Oh, sure. Okay. Number one, second year vet student here. What were or are your go-to reference guides or books for clinics? This is from at mackenzie.nc. Take it away, King.
Oh my
Plums. No,
god.
it's not a book.
Yeah.
Get Plums.
What is
Oh
it? What
my
is it?
gosh. Plums.
What is it? Okay. Oh, plums.
is
Yes,
the
yes,
drug-
yes,
It's a
yes.
digital drug handbook. And it is, I cannot stress enough how many times a day I use this thing. Or
I would
even
Mhm.
when
say I
I'm
can
not.
attest. Mhm.
Yes. And it's like an $80 subscription for the year, which honestly, worth it. It's just,
Mhm.
it goes through the drugs what they are, the mechanism, the compounding things you need to know, what to tell owners, when to monitor, the actual dose, the form they come in. It is human and vet. I can't speak highly enough about Plums. If I don't understand people who don't have it on their phone. I truly don't.
Yeah.
It's a lifesaver.
I don't have it on my phone. I wonder why I've never put it on my phone. I guess maybe I don't know why. But the other one is Vet Pocket that has everything listed too now.
Okay.
It's
Mhm.
kind of similar to Plums, but yet it's a different application because it tells you about how all kinds of things like anesthetic things, CRIs, like all
Well,
kinds of crap.
outside of drugs, you mean? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, outside of drugs. Yeah, but then also goes through drugs and dosages and what you use it for and things
I
like
guess
that.
Plums is also.
So Vet Pocket would be another option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so nice. It's such a. And then what's the one that we have for anesthesia protocols? What's that called?
Oh, that's Nancy Brock's anesthesia guide.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's an
Mhm.
anesthesiologist that put that together, and that's fantastic
So good.
because it's like a cookbook.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you can go to the back, it's either in the back or the front, I don't remember, but you can look up your procedure
Mhm.
and like specific situations, which is really helpful.
Yep.
Mhm.
I love that. And then she references like if you're going to use, ketamine, Valium, then you can go look up that combination in the book and like what it does and how you should use it.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
I also really like. I don't know the author. I'd have to get back for the book, but like a good cytology book, just because I feel like my
Yes.
cytology skills can be limited. But piggybacking off of that, so a good book. But then eClinPath is a great online resource. eClinPath.com. It's run by Cornell, and it's basically you can type in clinical pathology stuff, or you can type in like what a cell would look like or what does it do. So that's a really good resource. I really like it. I'm pretty sure it's still up and running. I use that
Yeah.
frequently, I guess, when I need it.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I would say that also like AI sources there's one that's a new one that's I don't know if it's new necessarily, but it's called Prim Veterinary.
Mm.
I don't know if you've used it, Duckwall, but it's all evidence-based research for veterinary professionals. So it only pulls information from veterinary articles.
Okay.
So you could feel comfortable with the information, I
Yeah.
guess is my point.
Yeah.
So using a source like that would be extremely helpful. I can't imagine the amount of time saving that AI will allow or afford students
Yeah.
to be able to be
Yeah.
like, quiz me on this, or can you explain the Krebs cycle in a way that a second grader can understand it? Like, there's just so many ways like that I think you can take information and make it more digestible than back in the day when all we had were textbooks.
Right.
And you just had to rely on understanding what was written or someone being like, oh, well, here, this is how this works,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. It's going to be amazing. I mean, I think it could be very helpful for people.
Yeah, that'll be helpful. A good what's the surgery book we have? It's always helpful to have because I feel like it lays it out pretty nicely in a summarized form of how to do
Mm-hmm.
the surgery. It's not
Mm-hmm.
Fossum. Or maybe it is Fossum.
I don't think it's Fossum. I didn't think it was Fossum.
Fossum's maybe the medicine one. Or dermatology. Honestly, like, I don't know. Here's the problem is I don't know authors, so I'd have to come back around next time and write down what we have. But like dermatology, when a lot of it is visual, or at least, yeah, some of it, and then you have your cytology with it. But a derm book is pulled out. Probably it's open in our doctor's office quite often, more than the
Yeah.
surgery textbook, honestly, because a lot of surgery is by feel and like usually a mentorship. You can't really sit there and read all the time when you do it.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I like
And
derm and
it's
cytology because I'm weak in those areas. Maybe I don't know.
and I think too, it sounds really stupid, but, like, using YouTube to show you how like, if you don't have a way of watching somebody do something,
Mhm.
looking at some of the board certified surgeons that are on YouTube, is really great. And then there are also some companies that have surgeries as like a surgery library where you can go in and, be a member and then watch things.
Hmm.
And those have always been helpful through the years as well.
Yeah.
I will say there's also a website that I have referenced often, or like we have a lot of tech students right now at the clinic that I have given this website to. It's the CAPSI one. So it goes over like
Yeah.
all parasites. Like if you just need a refresher on them, I really like that website too.
Yeah, that's really good.
Because there's so many parasites. Keeping them all straight is so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that website does a fantastic job of listing the parasites, what their life cycle, like all of it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I like that website a lot. I think that's a good list. I don't know if she
Yeah,
wanted to
Vin's
just
always a good website too. Everybody uses Vin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's like a given.
I do think that Venn is going to be replaced by AI.
Oh,
Like I
for
just think it's
probably.
too long to search Venn, when you can in 30 seconds, do a search and put in so many more specifications
Yeah.
and then be able to interpret the information. I think it's just it's so cool.
Yeah.
I hope
You know,
not. I
Venn
love
is
Vin. I love those
AI's taking over
those
the world.
widgets. I know.
well, Venn was great for like if you're a solo practitioner and you have nobody. Like Venn is great to ask
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna do this procedure. This is what I'm thinking I'm doing, and then a surgeon, a board certified surgeon, can write back and be like, "Whoa, don't do that."
Yeah.
I mean, it was great for all those kinds of things where
Yeah.
you need peer advice and whatnot.
Hmm. Okay. Good list.
So
Yeah.
good list, yeah.
Number 2, what chew treats are safe for dogs? What do you think of yak cheese? At
Ooh,
DJC5080.
Is this what the yak chews, or is yak cheese a thing?
Let's look.
it's a
Because I know
thing.
yak
Yak
chews
cheese.
are a thing.
It is. It's the same thing. I mean, it's just yak chews or chews made out of yak milk and cow milk mixed together. It's like cheese. I think like with anything, it's probably just moderation.
Is it
Like
pasteurized?
making sure your dog can tolerate it.
Yeah.
I think they're also called like Himalayan treats or
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
something.
Himalayan yak cheese, because I've given one to Miles before.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, I
like,
feel like
use them in moderation.
moderation, absolutely. Anything. I always just
Mhm.
recommend VOHC, um,
Yes.
any type of chews there, their Veterinary Oral Health Council. Their website is vohc.org. It has a chart and it lists everything there, and you're giving your dog a treat, but it's good for their teeth. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
I always like to shout out Tartar Shield because they have
mm,
that VOHC approved rawhide,
yep,
and they're a local company to where we're located, so I always like to shout them out. But,
yeah,
yeah, I agree, Duckwall. If you can and they've got all the different types of dental, like, things that you can use on your pets,
yeah.
not just chews. So it kinda is a
Yeah.
great resource for that.
I do caution all the time about how hard the chew is, though. I was told
Oh my
by
gosh, yeah.
a dentist, a veterinary dentist, when I did my externship, if you can't indent it with your fingernail, it's too hard.
Mhm,
I don't know if that would
mhm.
still stand true because I feel like there are still some that, like, realistically, how hard are you pushing with your fingernail? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that is so important because I see fractures all the time, and then guess what? The only way to fix it is you have to do a dental to remove the tooth, and then people get in a tizzy about the dental, the expense of it, and all.
The cost.
Yep.
You could do a root canal, but then think of the
Stay
cost of
away
that.
from nylabones because they hurt your dog's teeth, and when you step on them, you want to die. So just stay away from nylabones.
And they don't digest, they don't break down, right?
Nope. No.
And deer antlers, like,
No,
Deer antlers.
also
okay, I was told the antlers were not as bad.
dude, they are so hard, there's no way you're cutting into those with your fingernail.
Those are
Well,
like
like I said, it was
solid.
a long
Like, I've seen so many PM4 for upper like, PM4 fractures from
time.
antlers.
Oh,
Just
I
they're
almost
just
got
yeah
him.
oh my gosh, that scared
Look up.
me.
I'm
That
telling you,
reminds me of it reminds me of remember when we were on the boat in Tennessee doing the podcast,
I do.
and something flew through? Do you remember that? And you were, like, trying to whack something,
No,
like,
it
don't
was
you remember that?
a corn
It
spider on you, and then she freaked out. What are you
Oh,
talking about?
the spider on the
Yes,
thing.
and then she freaked me out. So,
And it was there, and then we all killed it.
yes.
That was fun.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay, so yak cheese, maybe if your dog has got a good gut.
Yeah, I think try it, and if your dog doesn't do well on it,
As long as
then
it's not raw cheese.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Stay
Okay.
away from raw. You've already heard our opinion on that, but
Yep. Okay, that's all I got.
Okay.
Okay, question number 3. Should production go away in veterinary medicine? From at yo underscore it's underscore the underscore Oz. Did I say that right?
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Duckwall, what's your opinion?
Why? Why should it go away? I feel like
Yeah,
I don't know.
So
Like,
your answer is no.
yeah, I think it fits. I see where production can create an unhealthy culture and environment of just, you know, case stealing, or it's all about, you know, you burn yourself out, you burn your team out. Like that can be unhealthy, but I don't know. I am a big fan of pro sal. Like I feel like you can work hard and get a reward for working hard. And then if there are those seasons where it's slower or you just are like, look, I can't take on as much today, then that alleviates some of that pressure of only being production. I think it depends on your
Mhm,
personality and what you do. I think we have a couple doctors in our practice that are only production because of they are focused solely on just like surgeries on the days they're there. And they don't have that kind of turnover of a lot of appointments and making up there. So I don't know. I don't think it should go away. I think it drives me to wanna, do as much as I can, but you have to be level-headed about it. You can't be, like, just all me, and not think of the bigger
mhm.
aspect of the clinic and your team. You don't wanna run everyone dry because then you're gonna have no production.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
No, that's how
I mean,
Or making sure you're not pushing too much. You are making more because it's necessary thing.
yeah.
yeah, I wonder if the question doesn't come from all of the, craziness in regards to pricing now and
Mhm.
veterinarians being labeled as money hungry or only
Yeah.
doing things for the money. And so if you took production out of it, would that matter? And I'm like, I don't think, maybe I'm wrong about where the question's coming from, but I don't think production is wrong for. I mean, like I think, like to your point, Duckwall, we have people who are paid hourly at the clinic. We have people who are paid on just production. Then we have people paid pro sal. And I think each individual has different needs in
Mhm.
terms of what psychologically makes them most comfortable.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, a lot of it is just a wash. But like when you compare things, but it's about that individual
It
and
is.
how they view being valued from a monetary standpoint, like, so that they feel like the work they're putting in, they're getting, rewarded appropriately or paid appropriately.
Yeah.
And so for some of them, it's this, and for some of them, it's this, and that's okay. You know, I don't think it should go away because I think it protects both the business owner and the employee. So I think the business is protected when you have production pay, as part of the formula, and the employee is protected on the upside
Mhm.
when you have production as part of the pay.
Yeah.
So, and most veterinarians are not about like money, money, money. Like if I do these tests, I'm gonna make more money. Like that's
No.
just requires so much thinking. And in our practice, they're not really involved in the money.
Mm.
So like you're not checking clients in and out, you're not giving estimates, you're not giving treatment plans.
Yep.
You have very little to do with thinking about money, and that was
Yeah.
set up for a reason so that people could focus on the medicine and making recommendations and meeting clients where they were at in terms of the pet's care.
Mhm.
So then you're not even thinking about money, really.
No.
Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Oh,
Like
all
I
the
agree.
time. People will
like
ask,
I
"Can you
don't
give me a ballpark of what this would cost?" And I'm like, "I truly don't know." And what I comes out of my mouth, it could be completely wrong. So why would I even give you
yeah,
a rough ballpark? Let me just go get someone who can do that for us. And like,
Yeah.
exactly,
it's
exactly. I always get yelled at when I will guesstimate how much
mhm.
something would cost. And so I learned, yeah, don't do that. That's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
You're gonna get in trouble. And then you'll have those owners though, they're like, okay, listen, no, listen. I just need to know, is it more than 5,000 or whatever? Like, do you have anybody
Yeah.
say that to you, that
Yes.
call? Like, it's like, I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. Like, we're just gonna have to find somebody who knows more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just a label we're always going to have to fight because of the way vet med works. Like,
mhm,
you don't go through insurance through when you bring your pet in, you have to pay up front. So we're always going to be viewed as these people who want money, money, money. And it will never go, I don't think it will ever go away because
yeah.
I don't think people truly understand that most of the people get into vet med because of their compassion and their hearts and their want to help and give back,
Uh-huh.
not but nobody's gonna know that unless they're in it or they go through it or
Sure.
like it just I think it is what it is. So at the end of the day, if production keeps your vets going to see as many people, to help as many people, that's literally the goal, then no, it should not go anywhere.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I just think the whole pricing thing is just I think it's just unfortunate right now that that's happening, and veterinarians are being labeled that way because it's really not about I think people think, oh, my bill cost $3,000 for this, whatever procedure. And so the veterinarian must be taking home
Yeah.
so much more money now. And it's like, oh no, the margin hasn't
No.
changed. Like, do you see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I think they think that like the margin now must be so much bigger because my bill is so much bigger. It's like, no,
Yeah.
actually the margin is exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's just that and I think wages haven't kept up with that, being able to afford those things. And so then it feels like veterinarians are taking advantage of people. And that's just not what's happening.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
secret society of veterinarians meeting and saying, "Let's rip off the public. Let's do that."
Right.
That's
There's not?
Right.
I wasn't
Surprise.
invited. I would do a lot more things for free if I was allowed to, but I
Yeah.
also have to live and take care of children too, so
Yep.
Yeah. It's tricky.
it's tricky.
Tricky, tricky. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, we went
Number
down a couple
Oh,
rabbit
that's
holes there.
okay. That's okay. Number 4. Hey there, longtime listener, first time texter. I was wondering if you guys could go into some detail of spay incontinence. My personal pup is a 3-year-old chocolate lab that is a petite girl weighing 48 pounds. She did have some urine incontinence when she was younger, went through 2 heat cycles, then we had her spayed. After that, she was okay until we moved into our new home and she started leaking in her sleep. We took her in and they said she had a bad UTI, so we had her on 2 rounds of antibiotics. She still leaked after that, and they basically said there's nothing wrong with her. I have her on a bladder support supplement, which seems to help, and on a strict schedule. But if I don't let her out within 30 minutes after she eats, she will leak in her sleep. I worked in the vet field for a few years as an assistant, but we didn't have a case like this in a young dog. But doing some research, this can happen after they are spayed. I'd love to hear any information or knowledge on this topic. Also love you guys and the way you go about explaining things. It really helps us understand what you were talking about. Thanks. From Anonymous.
Okay.
48 pounds for a 3-year-old lab is small. No? Do you guys?
She's tiny. She's tiny.
She said she was a petite lady.
Okay.
She did say that. Absolutely.
True.
She's a widow lab.
Well, first of all, there is something wrong with her. She's incontinent.
Yes.
Yeah.
I laughed when I heard that when I was reading that. I was like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, you do have something wrong with your dog. She's incontinent." So don't feel like there's nothing, like
Yeah.
I say that because I'm like, "No, you're right. There's something wrong with her."
Be your best advocate.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they did look for ectopic ureters. If she was incontinent as a puppy, I want to know. So, okay, so ectopic ureters.
Surely though, don't you think that she would be leaking all over the place? Now, like, you know what I mean? Like,
You think?
do you think she would have as much control as she has now? Even an awake animal,
Well, she was
she'd be
also,
leaking.
she had a period where she was fine. And then it started again.
And then they moved. Yeah, true.
Like she had some incontinence.
I
and
guess
then
ectopic ureters would be I mean, I'm
again.
just thinking like if it was a little dribble and she would like lick or didn't notice.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, I think, that, do we want to talk about what the literature says nowadays, Duckwall? Like in terms of what they are starting to see about incontinence in female dogs?
I guess I don't know what you're referring to. Like
From the standpoint of that, we do, well, I guess, why don't we talk about what it is first, in case people don't know? Like spay incontinence, how would you describe it?
So basically, it's the most common when an animal is unconscious, basically sleeping, and they
Sure.
don't have that. What is it? What am I looking for? Signal.
That sphincter tone.
Yes.
Yeah, and that sphincter tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
To not let go of their bladder when they're relaxed because they're not awake. And so the sphincter tone gets weaker through loss of estrogen, and estrogen is no longer circulating in their body due to being spayed. And that is a big component of sphincter action and tone and holding in that pee. So that's what starts to weaken. I see it more common. It's most common as they're older. So it's been years since they've been spayed. Their sphincter's gotten weaker and weaker, and then they leak when they're sleeping, most commonly.
Yeah. I think, and they also have normal urination otherwise, right? So
yeah, and they're neurologically normal, so it's not like a neuro issue.
Yep. The one thing when I was looking up just some newer facts about this, like, because this is kind of a changing topic, I would say, like spaying and neutering or castrating, right? Like over the past several years, the timeframes of doing so, don't you think it's been more talked about recently over the past maybe 5 years in terms of timeframes?
I feel like people just have heard more opinions than they maybe would have. And so then you've got your category of people who are like, don't ever fix your dog. And then you've got the ones that are like, wait till they're 5. So I don't know. I don't think it's changed so much as just people are trying to figure out even more so like what's the right path. And there is no set answer. Like it's different for everybody.
Everybody, yeah. So with some of the polled research I did, it said that most affected dogs develop signs within 2 to 4 years after spaying, which kind of fits with what we see, like the older animals, so later on. I did not know that, which I guess it makes sense when I look back at the patients that I've treated, but dogs over 20 kgs, so 44 pounds, are significantly more likely to develop spay incontinence
Hmm.
or estrogen responsive incontinence. So I thought that was interesting. And then let's see here. Older studies suggested that spaying before 3 to 6 months might increase risk. And so then waiting until after one heat cycle might reduce it. But the evidence was really inconsistent. And so then they've had newer, larger studies. Like there was one by the UK that found that spaying itself increased the risk of urinary incontinence, but the age at spay was less important than previously believed. And so they looked at early onset incontinence and found that females had about a 2.1 time the risk of incontinence compared with intact females. And dogs spayed before 6 months had 1.8 times the risk of early onset incontinence compared with those spayed between 6 and 12 months. So like all the shelter dogs that are spayed like at 8 weeks, that was I thought like, oh wow, okay, maybe that's why we saw so many of them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
but, like, that's not
as
gonna
they got older.
change, like, they
No,
yeah, I mean, the goal is
unless they start doing the different procedure for spaying, right? Where it's
Mhm.
ovarian sparing,
Yeah, that's true. Which
maybe.
maybe we'll start
I
to
don't know.
see a shift of that, I mean, but can't you still get
Mhm.
I mean, you could still get a pyometra, but it'd
Yep.
be more of like a stump pyo though, right? So,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
still not good, still
The other thing I thought was interesting is that she wasn't using any treatment for the incontinence,
yeah, I think that's the other part is, like, I would assume if she did, she would have listed it, but there are
right?
incontinence medications out there for this issue that work great, so
It could make your life a lot easier,
yep,
that's for sure, a lot better,
you don't have to
so that you wouldn't have to be on such a strict schedule.
yes. The
It might
most
give you some
common one
freedom there.
is, Proin, I guess,
Mhm.
nowadays that we
Yeah.
use. Side effects, I haven't really had experienced any. I think it's documented long-term use. You have to watch for hypertension, but I've
Mhm.
never come across any issue like that. It's usually well tolerated, and you can get to the lowest effective dose. So and
Mhm.
it's not, direct hormones you're giving them, whereas Incurin is an estrogen derivative, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So
And then you know what is interesting is that and I've never known anybody to do this, but have you ever heard of anybody doing collagen injections around the sphincter?
no, but I guess that makes sense.
Right? You'd have to repeat them, 'em, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah.
But so if anybody out there has treated their dog with collagen injection, I wanna know about
But,
it,
like, where would
right?
you instill it? Like, you have to scope and get
You'd have
in?
to have a scope. I would think you'd have to have a scope, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
That would be fascinating though, wouldn't it? Because, like, what if it lasted for, like, I don't know, like, you had to do it once a year or something for the dog, but then they didn't have to be treated, right? I mean, they wouldn't have to orally medicate the dog, and it's not medication. I don't know, I just thought it was really interesting as an option. So
yeah, I don't know. I'd have to ask people smarter than me if they've done
right?
how to do it.
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Try some Proin, anonymous.
Try some pro and I would absolutely. I would not be willing to you're doing way better than me. I would have given it thrown in the towel.
Mhm.
Like, give me some drugs.
Yeah. Or acupuncture on that note, acupuncture.
Yes, yes. That's a good point, Duckwall. I forgot about that. Yeah, acupuncture.
Mhm. I have never had an owner do it, but I've heard of it, so
I've only had one owner do it and it worked. But I think that the acupuncturist said the earlier you try it, the earlier you use it, the more effective it is. Like meaning like if your dog's been incontinent for 5 years and then you try and do try and do acupuncture, it's not going to be very effective.
got it.
So
Hmm,
anyway, okay, number 5.
'kay.
All right. Hello, VRT team. My name is Jasmine, and I'm currently a vet tech student working as a vet assistant at a general practice in Seattle. I was wondering if you had any suggestions for figuring out what specialty or branch of vet med you should go into. I have only been an assistant for 6 months, but I'm realizing general practice isn't really for me and am considering doing my externship in emergency med. But I also have an interest in marine animal medicine as well. It has been hard for me to choose one over the other and was wondering what your thoughts are on going into either area. Looking forward to hearing from all of you. I love your podcast. It gets me ready to tackle the day as a busy vet med student who also works full time. P.S. My peak is I placed my first catheter and drew blood at my clinic for the first time. Keep up the great work, Jasmine.
Nice.
Nice. Those small wins are great.
Satisfying.
Yeah. Okay, what advice do you guys have for her?
I mean, I think you just have to decide what gets you excited. Like, I don't know how to, I would say follow like what you get the most jazzed about, whether that's the triage and you don't know when it's going to happen. And so it's kind of a chaotic cluster every so often when you're working, or all the time maybe, and you like those longer shifts. If you like, I mean, it's very different. Marine animal medicine is very different than emergency medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess my advice would be you just have to really process and sit down with yourself multiple times and try to write out like what you get the most excited about. Cause I feel like it could change too if you're still in school and you're,
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of exposure to get done. I mean, do some shadowing,
Yeah.
do an externship in the different areas so you can really decide. And I think the learning aspect and the information you need to know, you're going to figure it out in whichever field that you decide. So it doesn't really matter about like what you feel like you're smarter in. It's not really the case. If you know you don't, I mean, if you don't like the consistency, which is usually what general practice is, that's okay. So I don't know how consistent marine animal medicine is. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say think about the aspects of the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like what are the characteristics of the job?
Yeah.
Because I agree with you, Doc. Well, you're going to learn whatever you decide to do.
Yeah.
And you may not know, like, it's okay to not know, like, until, like, what happened to me? Like, I didn't know. So, like, I think just being willing to learn as you go through the process and then adapt to what your point, Doc, was like, gives you, jazzes you up. Like,
Mhm.
why are you doing the job to begin with every day?
Yeah.
Is it because you can say it's about the animals, but it's really, I think, at the core, what you're actually doing every day.
Mm-hmm.
The animal matters less well, it does to me anyway. Like from the perspective of like, I'm working with a dog or I'm working with a cat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about that as much as like, what am I physically doing and thinking and how am I living each and every day?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 So, but I love the shadow idea. Definitely shadow.
Okay, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable. Remember, send in those questions and leave us a review if you enjoyed this episode or a previous one. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable. Bye-bye.